I'm joined by Eric from Bowling for Soup. How are you, man?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing wicked. The last time I saw you was Steel Panther. Wicked show.
Thank you very much. That was an awesome set of dates.
Yeah, it's one of the bands I would never put up with Steel Panther. Like, it was just a great yin and yang talk.
Oh, it's funny because I mean, we've known those dudes for a little while, and kind of always joked about touring together.
Yeah.
Because it was just like, it would just be a great party, and then finally came to fruition when Jared called me. He was like, you're never gonna guess what. Like, okay, then just tell me. And he was like, yeah, we're gonna go do some dates with Steel Panther. And I'm like, finally.
Was that just in the UK, or did he go over the States?
Just in the UK.
Fuck everyone else.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
So the album came out quite kind of middle to late last year. Like the third quarter, just to be safe. Don't have the date on me. I mean, how's that going down?
Really, really well, man. You're talking about the live.
Oh no! Obviously, the live one came out earlier this year. That Punch Drunk. Was it
Punch Drunk Love.
That's the one.
Yeah. No, that's great. I mean, it was. The response has been exactly what you kind of hope it would be.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's you never really. Especially now doing it from the independent side of things, like it's kind of a let's just throw the chips in the air and see where they fall kind of thing, and so it's been really really fantastic. It's
liberating in a way.
Yeah, it's cool. It's cool to think that 23 years in we're still selling albums and selling as many tickets to shows as we ever have before, and in some cases it's actually getting bigger and we're selling more, and so that's and don't get bogged down in the idea that I just said selling. I just mean, the people are coming out to see the shows and stuff like that, and it's great that we have a fan base that is so loyal that they're sticking with us through it.
You've been doing the independent pledge for a couple of years now.
Several years now, yeah.
I mean, is this the way forward for music industry? Just cut out the bullshit, the middleman, just give what the fans want in a little bit of return and do that? Or?
I'm not gonna say that record labels don't have their place, but they're not exactly necessary anymore, and I can't. We wouldn't be where we are today having not spent a decade, on major record labels.
Yeah.
But
the first, second, and third album, I think they were on major records, weren't they? Like Drunk Enough to Dance, Great Burrito.
Extortion Case, Sorry for Partying, Let's Do It for Johnny.
I think Drunk Enough to Dance was the hit, I think 2001 or 2000?
Two.
Wow. Yeah, and then you just blew up from there.
Yeah.
And it's, I've been following you since like early days. And I mean, the stuff, what you guys do, is just still gets better and better each year, like a fine wine.
Thank you very much.
And it's just nice to see you just doing all the independent stuff.
Yeah, and it's really great, and it's super liberating for us from the artist standpoint because you don't have 37 people with their fingers in what you're doing, and each one of those 37 people trying to prove their work to their boss by saying, I don't like that, you guys need to do this here, just so that something happens where they can say, oh, that was my idea, and so it just all falls down to us, producer and our management at that point.
So do you pick and choose the tours you want to do as well, and how much touring you want to do?
Yeah, absolutely. Especially these days. I mean, we don't tour as much as we used to. It's just not.
Because you had the farewell tour over here a couple of years ago, and that bummed me out. I was like, oh shit.
You know, at that
And
point,
then-
at that point, we weren't exactly sure what the future of Bowling for Soup was going to be. I mean, you know, we weren't even sure if we were going to be a band anymore.
Yeah.
You know, and then we got all of our stuff worked out and came out the other side much better for it. You know? And now it's like, you know, with the tour, we don't go as much as we used to, and we don't go for as long. We're not gone from home for as long as we used to. Everybody's got families and you know, kids and dogs and responsibilities.
Yeah,
and
adult stuff.
Yeah, exactly. So it's great to be able to do it kind of on our own schedule, and you know, even when we're not on the road, we're still constantly working at home. So it's not like it's become a back burner, you know, kind of part-time job anymore.
Yeah.
It's just we're not gone from home as much as we used to be.
Yeah. With Jarrett coming out with his anxiety and depression, does that also slow down the touring and how much you work, or is it just a coping mechanism of what? How to deal with that kind of thing?
You know, it's like all of us. That was all happening right about the time of the farewell tour and stuff like that, and it's like, you know, I've dealt with that stuff since I was a teenager. You know, I was medicated for years and years and years, and it was the thing that was difficult for him is not knowing what was happening to him at that point, and you know, hadn't been through the years of head doctors and stuff like that. You know, to recognize when those things are starting to happen and take control and whatnot. And so, you know, that had a little bit to do with some of the slowdown and whatnot. But everybody at that time was kind of going. It was crazy. It was like everybody got on the same cycle, and so when like one person's shit started going down the tube, like everybody's shit started going down the tube, and it was just like, what the hell is this? And it's like we're falling apart as people here, and it just takes a little time to step back and like get everything organized, and then it's like, okay, yeah, cool. Now we can do this again.
Well, there seems to be so much love pouring out for the internet.
Yeah.
Just everything. So, like, I can only hope the next record is going to be better. Well, it's going to be better. Because you don't want to constantly make the Black Album every time because it gets a bit boring. But, and the solo stuff's still wicked.
Thank you.
I'm still hoping out for a UK tour on that.
We're working on that. Like, it seems like every time I start to get the ball rolling on that, here comes Bowling for Soup, and it's like, okay, all right, cool, we'll put this off for another 6 months, and you know, but once I guess end of the summer, Bowling for Soup will kind of be done for the year, so then I'll be able to start looking back into getting over here. And
probably got another batch of songs you want to record and put out another thing.
Yeah, I mean, I'm getting ready. It was like the other night. It was the first time in a long time that I've been like recording demos in my house, and all of a sudden it was like, you know, I kind of wrapped up and went and watched some TV with my fiance, and then she's like, oh, yeah, I'm going to bed. I'm like, cool. I'm just going to go back into the studio and take a look at like just this one little thing. And this is like midnight or something like that.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden it's 4 a.m. and I'm like, okay, dude, This is ridiculous. It's like you go to do that one last thing, and then that one last thing turns into 4 different one last things. And then after those 4 different one last things, it's like you're listening back and you're like, oh, I can do that better. I can do that better. And then it's like, I need to stop and I need to go to bed. Like I gotta get up. And
I'm the same. Whenever I'm doing something at home, I'll be like, nah, it's crap. I'll get rid of it and I'll start again. And by the time I'm gonna go work in the morning, I'm like, one of those could have done.
Yeah, exactly. It's great.